Get excited, 49ers fans. We might be on the brink of a game-changing departure, and it could shake things up in a big way. One of our standout players is drawing interest from other teams after an eye-catching showcase, and the implications for our roster could be massive. How will this affect our strategy moving forward? Stick around to find out, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up to stay updated on all things 49ers. The Senior Bowl has come to a close, and the San Francisco 49ers have some exciting prospects to consider for the 2025 NFL Draft. With a thrilling last-minute victory by the American team, the focus shifts to the performances that could influence the 49ers' strategic decisions moving forward. So who stood out on the offensive side of the ball? Let's break down 5 players who should definitely be on the 49ers' radar after their impressive showings in Mobile. First up is Elijah Arroyo, the tight end from Miami. Without a doubt, Arroyo was the best tight end during the week of practices. He showcased extraordinary route-running skills and impressive athleticism. But what really caught my attention was his willingness to take on blocking responsibilities in the open field. Now, while tight end might not be the biggest need for the 49ers, adding a second tight end behind George Kittle could provide real flexibility. Imagine defenses having to respect Arroyo as both a receiver and a blocker. That kind of versatility could elevate the offense to new heights. Do you think Arroyo could be that game changer? Honestly, I'm torn on whether tight end should be a priority, but Arroyo's talent is hard to overlook. Next, we have Josh Conerly Jr. from Oregon. He had a mixed week, highlighted by a tough moment when he was beaten by edge rusher Mike Green. However, what stood out was how he earned the respect of defensive players as the best offensive lineman. Conerly's ability to transition smoothly to right tackle after playing left tackle throughout his career is a significant plus for the 49ers. They'll eventually need a successor for Trent Williams at left tackle, but for now, Conerly's adaptability could be crucial. He could step in and challenge Colton McKivitz for the right tackle spot. Does that sound like a solid plan to you? Personally, I'm excited about the potential here. Then we have Gray Zabel from North Dakota State, who clearly made a name for himself as the best lineman in Mobile. His ability to dominate at all positions on the offensive line is exactly what the 49ers need. With a likely opening at left guard and a need for improvement at center, Zabel brings a wealth of experience and skill. He excelled in pass protection throughout the week and showed the ability to engage quickly at the second level, which is essential for the 49ers' zone blocking scheme. I really believe Zabel could solidify that offensive line and help elevate the running game. What do you think? Should he be a top target for the 49ers? Now, let's talk about Emory Jones from LSU. He's got extensive experience playing at right tackle in the SEC, and it really showed in Mobile. Jones exuded poise and confidence during practices, and his impressive one-on-one battles stood out, particularly against Baron Sorrell. Having John Lynch watch those matchups closely could mean the 49ers are seriously considering him as a candidate to compete for the right tackle position. With the pressure on Colton McKivitz, could Jones be the answer? I'm intrigued by this possibility. Last but certainly not least is Donovan Edwards, the running back from Michigan. Kyle Shanahan has a history of selecting running backs, and even after acquiring Isaac Guerendo last year, Edwards could still be on the radar. What makes him particularly appealing is his dual threat capability. He excelled in receiving drills, consistently winning against linebackers, and showed solid pass protection skills. With both Elijah Mitchell and Patrick Taylor Jr. set to hit free agency, Edwards could be a valuable addition to the backfield, complementing the existing talent. Do you think the 49ers should take a chance on him? I believe he could add a dynamic layer to the offense. The San Francisco 49ers are at a pivotal moment, and as a passionate fan, I can't help but feel both excitement and anxiety about what lies ahead. With the 11th pick in the upcoming draft, the conversation has sparked around the possibility of selecting a tight end, and I want to dive into why this could be a strategic move that might just pay off big time. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. We already have George Kittle, a player who is not only a fan favorite, but also a future Hall of Famer. But let's face it, Kittle is 31 years old, and he's entering the final year of his contract. We can't ignore the reality that Father Time is undefeated. So, what happens when his body starts to break down? Wouldn't it be reassuring to have a top-tier tight end waiting in the wings to step up when that time comes? When we look at the draft landscape, names like Tyler Warren from Penn State and Colston Loveland from Michigan are generating buzz. These guys are ranked among the top 10 prospects, and most mock drafts suggest they could be available when the 49ers are on the clock. If the best player available is a tight end, can we really afford to pass that up? Historically, the 49ers have made some tough calls, choosing to fill needs in the trenches rather than snagging the best talent available. I remember when we opted for Mike McGlinchey and Javon Kinlaw, thinking we were shoring up the line. But what if we had chosen differently? What if we had taken a shot at a playmaker instead? It's a gamble, but this year, we can't afford to make that mistake again. Imagine the dynamic duo of Kittle and a young elite tight end on the field together. It could create mismatches that defensive coordinators would lose sleep over. With both tight ends capable of stretching the field, the possibilities for our offensive schemes would be virtually limitless. And let's not forget, having multiple elite tight ends can open up opportunities for our wide receivers and running game as well. As a fan, I can't help but feel torn about this strategy. Yes, the need for offensive and defensive linemen is glaring, but if the best player on the board when we pick is another tight end, it may be too good to resist. The NFL is evolving, and teams are finding ways to utilize multiple tight ends effectively. Why not the 49ers? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think it's wise to invest in another tight end, or should we focus solely on the trenches? This is a decision that will shape our team's future, and I'm genuinely interested in what you all think. We're at a crossroads, and the choices we make in this draft could be the difference between championship contention and just being another team fighting for a playoff spot. So let's keep the conversation going. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. If you share my passion for the San Francisco 49ers and want to stay updated on all the latest news, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates, because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.